guys, it's Jerry with 78 Productions. I'm here with another vlog for you guys. This week we are talking about everything that's going on at Midwinter. Youth for Christ has this conference that they hold once every 2 years, and a whole bunch of different ministries come around together, and we have a lot of great discussions. But one of the great topics that we've kind of nailing down right now is this idea of professionalism. How do you approach youth ministry as a professional? And if you think about youth ministry, there's a lot of fun stuff. We get to hang out with kids, we get to be able to teach them Jesus in a lot of unique ways, but we do get a bad rep about what it means to be a professional. A lot of people say, oh, you're a youth worker, I got that. So you go have fun, you play games, you wear silly t-shirts. In fact, I'm wearing one right now. But this idea that as youth workers, we're not professional people. And I take great offense to that, but understand where it's coming from. So we were talking about different ways that we can be professional for people and try to fight the stereotype. And there's a lot of different things that came up. The idea that we check our emails every single time we send them out, so that we don't have grammar mistakes, so that we are making sense whenever we discuss stuff with people, that we dress not only well, but we dress for our audience. So youth workers meet with kids. If we dress up in a suit and tie, that's not professional, because they don't want another person that doesn't dress like them, isn't in their culture. But at the same time, when we meet with senior chaplains or senior pastors that do have this level of respect, that we need to dress like them, that we are not a stumbling block for them, that we try to bring our A game to it. And then also a lot of different ideas of not necessarily showing up, don't show up late, because the opposite of don't show up late is just to show up on time. But in fact, try to be early, 10 minutes early. Like if you're meeting with your senior pastor, show them that you care enough that you show up early. If that means that they don't show up, then you can start an email. Send out an email to one of your volunteers, or text a couple of kids. And then also on the flip side of that we end youth ministry on time, our youth group, our club that we are working with, end that on time so that parents understand that we respected them. And then also, if you're working with volunteers, that if you're going to meet for an hour, meet them at Starbucks, pay for their drink, and have a good buffer room after the group. So you have an hour meeting with them, say at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Leave an hour or two after that so that you can have this buffer room, that if you have a meeting after this, that you schedule it for 4 o'clock. So if this conversation goes long, if it's a one-on-one to talk about their heart, to talk about this ministry, to get an update on what's going on in their lives, that you value them, that you understand who they are. And maybe they have only an hour. Great, finished after an hour. But maybe they have a couple of hours to talk, and there's something so deep and hurting on their minds that you can't end this conversation at an hour. You need to keep talking. If you put that buffer room in there, you're really treating them as a professional by valuing them as who they are. Some other ideas: respond to emails right away. Give yourself 24 or 48 hours to respond to all emails. And a lot of emails I know I get, I don't have a solution for. So whenever I try to solve these, it might take a couple of days or even weeks to be able to come up with a solution. But simply writing them and letting them know, hey, I got your email, that I will get back with you. And in that same regard, whenever someone tasks you with doing something, maybe the supervisor that you're working with has asked you to do something and it's impossible, maybe they want you to come up with a little bit in the newsletter for the month and you don't have it just yet. Email them way in advance to let them know that you don't have it yet, that you need some more time to be able to fill this out. And it might just be a simple, okay, I got it, that's fine. Or it might be, oh, I need something pretty soon, so that gives me the time to develop I know that when we work with youth, that we appreciate the idea that they love on us by showing up on time, that they respect the time that we have. We need to do the same thing with the senior pastors that we work with. So these are just a couple of ideas of ways to be a professional. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave some comments below on how you are professional in your ministry. How do you go above and beyond? How do you be all things to all people, just as Paul said, and love on these people? So leave some comments below, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow actually. So we'll talk to you tomorrow.